Daleko Arts, the theater you know and love based in New Prague, Minnesota. This year, for their virtual season, they decided to embark on a new adventure, which is the creation of a reality TV show of sorts.
So many people are sitting around with all these amazing ideas in their heads.
We thought we were creative. No, it's our audience. It's not us.
Audience members and patrons submitted their best ideas for a play. Out of 50 submissions, 3 ideas were selected to participate in the script. These creatives are paired with their own individual coaches and will partner with a local playwright to shape their ideas into little seeds. Everyone is competing for the grand prize, and the winner of the script will walk away with a lot of bragging rights.
Script. Meeting number 3 is today. Very excited. Excited to see the gang. It's been a while. Yes, sir. It's a beautiful day, too. It's like 40 degrees already. All right. Let's see here. Pull up the old Zoomies. First, I need the meeting link, though. Where is the meeting link, you guys? Who's sending the meeting link? Who's sending? Where is the meeting link? What's going on?
Hi everybody, welcome to my stream. Today we will be playing Uno. It's gonna be a ride.
So apparently there's no meeting link. Maybe that was my job. Maybe that was Patrick's job. It was most likely Patrick's job. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just waiting for the meeting link.
+4, okay, come on. Who gets a wild card at the beginning?
I'm gonna replace some printer paper. Paper? Where's the meeting link? I just alphabetized those plays. So, still no meeting link.
I think I have an alert. What is this? Oh, I gotta send Ben the meeting link? Okay, wait. Hold on, everyone. Okay, we're gonna send Ben the link. What was the meeting link even for? Dylan, do you remember what the meeting link is for? No, he doesn't remember, okay. The script, Doi. Okay. Oh, hi, kitty. Okay. And sent. Great. All right. There we go. Ben can enjoy the meeting. I don't even remember what I just sent the meeting link for. Okay.
Aha! Perrin comes through with the meeting link. Yes. All right. About time. But thank you, Perrin. Okay. Early bird gets the worm, I guess. I Why? Why? They're probably not coming. I'm willing to listen, but I think you're all wrong.
I was just gonna say I'm not a huge fan.
Why am I host? Okay.
I'm going to win because we're going to be the cutest team.
Sneaky. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You can. I cannot hear you.
What if somebody during these COVID times got in a horrible car accident and
temporarily damaged their hearing.
then the next
Do you
time they
have
were
any
in a Zoom
headphones
meeting, they were
plugged
like,
in?
and
Yes.
it was like just on
But they're
it's your,
not.
it's
I have a
your
microphone
bottom bar
plugged
to
in,
the
not
right, and they're like,
Plug your earphone. External mic.
Okay. Are you absolutely making fun of me right now?
1 hour later.
Unmute your speaker or increase the volume. Maybe that's it.
Oh,
okay.
the volume issue.
You didn't have the volume on?
Do not make fun of me.
Never. You know what? We only just recorded all of this, so. Welcome back. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Super
Yeah.
awesome.
Thumbs up.
That's great. Fantastic. Where, have you made any progress since the last time we met?
We're going way slower than Joan would want us to, I have a feeling. When we got assigned the mood board thing, right that night, she sent me an email and was like, can you give me a little more clarification? What's this mood board thing? And I responded, and like maybe 10 minutes later, she sent me her finished mood board. Like she was done instantly.
Kiffin, in true teacher form, built a lovely PowerPoint presentation for his mood board. We're coming up with songs now for musical inspiration. It's great. He took it further than I thought he was going to go, and he's doing great. I can't wait to have my one-on-one with him again.
We have not connected. She's either fallen off the face of the earth, which would make me incredibly sad, or she's very focused both on her college work and also this project. I'm sure this project, though, is her first priority. I love that Kiffin's coming up with music and sound. I am going to 100% steal that.
We've been talking all along that like these feel like episodes instead of like a through line beginning, middle, end piece. And so I'm excited to figure out like what's the selling point. I think we're almost there, and I'm excited for him to just sort of like have that aha moment of like, this is the show I want to see.
Angela's story often to me feels like a film. So the question then becomes how, right? How do we make sure that does happen?
One of the things I like about Joan's idea is that it is a little on the spooky side. And that's, I think, a genre that you don't see on stage very often. And it's kind of hard to do on stage to give people the heebie-jeebies a little bit. And so I think I want to see, how much we can push sort of that fantasy aspect of her story. I'm excited to talk to her about that aspect of it.
What you all said are brilliant ways to pursue this. The theater magic is the most fun part of being a playwright, and it's the hardest thing because it's where you get to be as innovative as possible, because in playwriting, you can be on the moon and not worry about the budget of the moon. Being on the moon could just be one spotlight in a dark theater.
When Ben, you just in Middletown, when you played the astronaut, Patrick was behind you, and we all believed that you were in space talking, you know what I mean? And he was literally, you could have spit on him if you wanted to, but we were there. We were with you. And I'm glad. But
Often.
it was pre-COVID. It's fine. Remember when spitting on people was okay?
Oh, I miss it.
Never
Yeah.
okay.
That's a great thing for us to bring to our creatives.
With all of these different themes being incorporated into the mood boards, your creatives have something that they're actively working on. But what we didn't disclose last time is that surprise challenge that Heather will be disclosing to you today.
This is a writing exercise. It might end up in their play if they love it, but they don't have to. So I want them to feel like they're not necessarily writing a scene in their play, but it could end up that way. What they're going to do is they're going to pick a character from their play, ideally the main character, craft a scene that doesn't have any talking to another person in it. What we're doing is a one-person scene. It's going to be an exercise in learning who this person is when it's just them.
The only thing left for me to say is best of luck. Let's just go meet with the creatives.
You guys, I'm so excited because this is the last time we're going to meet before Kiffin wins in the next episode.
I'm so sad that Kiffin's going to be so disappointed when he doesn't win, though, because Angela is taking home that trophy. You have purchased the trophy for Angela, right, Ben?
Are you okay with the trophy saying Joan on it?
I'm not, actually.
Oh.
No. I would also like a trophy, please.
Yeah, where's your Emmy, Chris? Where's the Emmy?
Yeah, we haven't seen it this episode.
So my script trophy can go right here. Coach of the Year.
You mean the participation trophy that you're going to get?
Coach of the Year.
All right, you hooligans. Go meet with your creatives.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Hi, you guys.
See you soon. And our coaches are off to meet with their creatives. From our previous episodes together, it's become apparent to us that Angela, Kiffin, and Joan seem to each have a different creative approach when it comes to tackling their homework. Let's see how far they've come and what advice our coaches might have in store for them.
Hey, Joan. Oh, I can't hear you. I think are you muted?
Can you hear me okay?
Hello.
Hi, Patrick. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Hang it in there. That's all we can do.
There now, can you hear me?
Let me see. Uh-oh. You look great. School is doing you well.
Very busy, but thank you.
So I have been looking over, looks like you made a bunch of changes or additions to the mood board.
Mood board, we already kind of looked at. You finished that right away.
Yeah.
I took what you said and tried to run with it a little bit, and
a lot. You ran far with it. It's great.
I wanted to focus on the three main girl characters. The whole show is centered around them and their relationship and how they affect each other's lives. And so I think that is the core of the show. So I wanted to dive in deeper to their mood board aspects.
Yeah, I just looked up some pictures from Google Photo. And,
and it's perfect. First of all, they all the photos give a really good, strong sense of, the time period for sure.
You have so many great slides and you have so many great scenes. And it struck me that we have been telling you all along maybe the wrong thing. I feel like we've been saying, this feels too much like a TV show. We should lean away from that. But I think that there's something great there. I think that could be really fun to see on stage is maybe a staged version of a TV show, right?
I think this couple and this family and what they're going through could fit that particular format. The longer we stay in this thing, the more I can add to it. I mean, I'm experiencing new things all the time that I really didn't necessarily want to experience, but there is some humor involved, and we just got to get through it.
This is so great. I'm so excited about it.
Me too.
Maybe that's why I love images and stuff so much, because it feels so tangible right now.
So having something to be able to look at and picture the essence of the character helps me a lot. And it also helped me to make sure to kind of round them off as people too. I gave them all their little side interests too, just to make sure that none of them are one-sided.
I also like that there's no color. I think you said that you purposefully left out the color to give it that sense of that, that time period that you were going for.
Time period and the great amount of love and warmth that you felt from living there.
Right.
In true the script form, we do have a challenge for you for the next time that we meet.
Pop-up challenge is this.
Straight from Heather, so don't shoot the messenger here. But
you need to write a scene
that only involves one of your main characters.
but not use any dialogue.
We just want to get sort of a glimpse, an inside look of what this character is thinking and what they're experiencing and what they're doing.
Yeah, I should have plenty of time to get it done.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is going to be good, but I talk to myself all the time. The other people I talk to don't really listen to me here during, coronavirus. So this might be right up my alley. I don't know.
I'm excited.
Yeah, you're gonna ace this. This is yours.
That's all we have. So I won't take up any more of your time. That was a quick one.
Thank you. This has been great. Say hi to everybody. And
I will.
I'll see you in a couple weeks here on the next episode.
Okay. Bye.
Hi, Angela.
It sounds like our creatives are pumped up and en route to finish their mood boards. But since Angela won the surprise challenge from our last episode, she gets to have extra time with Heather one-on-one and ask all of her burning questions. Bonus meeting, here we come.
How's it going, Angela?
It's good. Things are coming along.
Oh, great. How else are you feeling? Have you fallen out of love at all yet with the play?
No.
Good.
I go through phases of like being super into it and then being like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what else is happening. Like, I'm done for a while.
Where are you in the process? What are you finding challenging? What kind of cheerleading or guidance are you looking for?
There's a few points, specifically like one major point where like I cannot figure out plot wise how I want it to get where I want it to go, if that makes sense. I don't know. I just feel like there's like a gap and I don't know how to like get over plot holes like that.
Do you work with an outline at all?
Kind of.
I tend to. My most successful works, I do. Something that might be helpful, even in whatever process you're in, is to just do a scene catalog. Just write one line of one line of what happens and then what each character discovers, maybe just doing like a very super simplified skeleton. And then you could kind of see if you're maybe missing a scene to get you there. That might help you just get to kind of see a bird's eye view a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Awesome. How else are you feeling?
Mostly excited, but like, yeah, then there's just like a few things that I get stuck on, or it's like, I just don't know how to make that work or how to make that real.
A fun writing exercise also is to just start writing something. Like, I don't know when this play starts, time specific, but like write a scene a year and a half before or like at graduation that isn't even in the play. Then you have no expectation of it being correct, but you can practice how do they talk to each other? Because eventually these characters will just tell you what they want to do. We have just a few minutes left. Anything else?
No, I think I covered pretty much everything that I was like hung up on.
Awesome. You're going to do great. You're already doing great.
Thank you.
It's so much fun to hear how these are going.
Yes, I'm excited to see how everyone else is coming along. I love the big group meetings. They're so fun.
They're so fun. They're just so fun. Angela, great job.
Yay.
See you soon.
Thank you. Bye. Good to see you.
Heather was able to help Angela find different approaches to battling writer's block. Now, it's time to meet with all of our creatives and coaches to see what the final presentations look like. Best of luck to everyone and break legs.
Angela.
Hey, Angela.
Hello. Hi, Joan.
Hey, Joan.
Hi, Joan.
Joan, you're muted.
Tried to adjust the screen so I have less of a resting bitch face.
I guess we're on cable now.
Hey, Kiffin.
Hi, Kiffin.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Chris Karki is going to be just a smidge late. We'll spend some time talking about my good looks.
I was waiting for everybody else to jump in because I know everybody's got compliments for him. I realized last time I met with him where St. Patrick's Day came from because he's been a saint through this whole thing.
I really
I'm
have.
so lucky that I did not take a gulp of my water because that was all going to come out.
It's true. I really have been a saint because Kiffin's been nothing but trouble.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back. How's everyone feeling?
Wonderful.
Excited.
Last time we were together, Heather gave out a wonderful challenge, and that was creation of mood boards. Creatives, before we jump into your individual boards, how did you approach creating your stuff?
At first I was like, I don't know what to do for this. But then it was like lots of fun to start really getting the ideas on the page and getting to see them in a full layout. And like Heather said, just like having those visual aids.
The whole idea of a mood board was completely new to me. I had no idea what they were. So I was kind of going on the fly about trying to create something that I had no idea what I was supposed to be creating. But in my mind, I just created or just put pictures on a page of what I envisioned the location and the people and the places and the costuming looked like. That's all I did.
I'm terribly inartistic. I can't even draw stick figures. My art teachers got really disappointed in me all through school. I decided to go with the old Google slideshow, basically, and Google Images. That kind of got my spark going, and that was it.
Kevin, since you're the last person, you'll be the first to showcase your mood board to everybody.
Can Patrick help me?
No
It says
cheating.
1 hour later.
This first slide is my main character, and he's a teacher. One of my scenes has to do with Amazon. Unbeknownst to Charlie, all this stuff's coming. The Amazon driver's been hiding them in a corner of the garage that hasn't been cleaned out yet. Charlie finds his wife's 3 weeks worth of Amazon boxes, which leads to a really humorous scene. My idea for the Amazon driver is a Daleko Arts favorite named Jerry Tukalski, and that's him there. So I envision that look on his face when I'm yelling at him to get the hell out of my yard. After this scene, they decide to make the best of this situation. They have all these wonderful Amazon boxes, and Charlie says, let's humor ourselves. We're going to celebrate Christmas in June. There's another scene in the play where Doris is unhappy with the bed that they purchased in their new home, and she has to add an extra foam pad to the bed. It does create some struggle within the house because there's a dog involved. The addition of the mattress, the dog can no longer get up on the bed. That leads to what we have to purchase for the dog. So what's a few more $100 and several more boxes from our friend Jerry Tukalski to order the ramp for the dog to get on the new bed? This dog is spoiled rotten because of COVID-19. They need to finally train the dog when it's too late. So of course they get the old shock collar. Doris isn't going to try that out on the dog before testing it to make sure it's not too potent. So Charlie has to be the guinea pig. Like every other couple, this particular couple has binged Netflix. This poor man, Charlie, our protagonist, really does like to watch TV, but he's limited in his ability to focus for very long. And he goes back to Doris the next day and he wants to watch some more, but she's suddenly on season 3. So finally we get to the daughter. It needs to be a high school daughter who's there throughout this entire thing. We've named her Zinky. I really want this play to take place in New Prague, and Zinky is named after Dojinki. When she was born, had the opportunity to be the New Year's baby, which is a huge thing in the New Prague Times. If there's this scene where they kind of go at it a bit because she realizes that she could have been the New Year's baby if her mother would have held on a little bit longer. We are asking you to release this fun-filled frolic from its COVID cage and make Daleko again all the rage after we are finished with this silliness.
Patrick, what do you have to say to this masterpiece? Oh, you're on mute.
Kiffin is the quintessential person who claims that he's not an artistic person, and I beg to differ. For me, he knocked it out of the park. And so it seems like Kiffin and I need to be the new writing duo for Daleko Arts because we are a good pair.
I agree that Kiffin is very creatively talented. I particularly, specifically loved the sharing that you discovered that Zinky is not in college. You can certainly make the story work all the ways, but the way you wanted to tell it was to make that character change, which is the cool part of creating a play, is discovering, oh, I thought the character was this, but actually they can work like this.
Tiffin's was so incredibly detailed. Team Joan may take a few kicks in the shorts on this one here. These are the way I foresee the characters. You know, the 1940s type farm setting, rural Minnesota, the old clothes, the father, the kids, the family. I particularly like this one in the house where everybody's all dressed up with nowhere to go. And everything is black and white. That's about all I've got. It's kind of just pictures, so it's kind of very straightforward.
It hasn't changed much. This is pretty much what Joan sent initially, and I thought that that's all we needed. I think that this kind of nails it. It gives a very specific sense of, you know, what the costumes might look like, what the set design might look like. Definitely you understand the genre from these 8 photos. If I were directing this play, this would for sure give me an excellent start on the direction she would want me to go in. Great mood board, great start.
Point out something awesome that I noticed, Joan, that I'm sure was intentional. I love that your commitment was to the black and white and sepia tone for this mood board. You did it completely right. Mood boards need to feed you and feed your collaborators, and it clearly is. And when things become not so black and white, that's where all that wonderful high drama and conflict come. So you've done a really cool job of infusing that into this mood board, even though that's an intangible theme in your play.
I'm on mute. Do we want to vamp for time until Chris is here?
Should we do some more trash talking between the teams?
Yeah, we could tap dance for a little bit.
I want to see you tap dance, Ben.
Nah.
Did any of you happen to notice that the piano was directly in back of me?
If it starts playing, Joan, I'm turning off my computer. If Joan doesn't win and that piano starts playing, we know.
I'm afraid if Joan doesn't win, my piano is going to start playing and nobody plays it anymore.
I'm going to wake up tomorrow and there's going to be a piano in my house. I don't have a piano.
This one is up for grabs.
Let me see the end of your show first and I'll let you know if I want.
Okay.
I got word from Chris and she's starting up her computer, so she's going to be here momentarily. I was like,
you tried.
Chris Karki.
Hi, Chris.
Yay.
I need to know what you guys have been discussing, what's been happening. So just go back and tell me everything you've discussed so far.
No, Angela,
Boy Scout groups too.
Board finally, because I know all of this was just because you hadn't finished.
I'm ready now. For mine, I decided to focus on my 3 main characters, which is Riley in the red down in the left corner, and then Charlotte at the top, and then Barbara down in the bottom right corner. For each of them, I picked kind of like a theme color, and I didn't intentionally go for this, but we realized that we do want it to be an intention going forward that all 3 of them are the primary colors. And I feel like that works very well because they are like the primary center of the story, and they're what like really gives the heart to the story. For each of them, I just kind of focus on the different aspects of their personality, what they like to do, some quotes that kind of define their personality, what they like to wear, that sort of thing.
I loved that she pulled quotes for each of them. I really loved that. Even though it's, you know, we're doing all of this virtually, I felt some texture. It seemed helpful to kind of bring in Charlotte as a third main character. So for me, anyway, the mood board helped really clarify that character a little bit more for me, which is pretty cool.
This board was great because it was character focused, and I loved that they were color coded. And for your design collaborators, that's an awesome starting point to communicate, and for actors and directors, and for you as the creator to start seeing when do each of these characters maybe take on the characteristics of the others. They are fully fleshed people. They're not necessarily the villain, but she's a human.
I'm sure that during your one-on-ones, besides the mood board, you also touch base on Heather's pop-up challenge. First, I want to touch base with you, Heather. What was your inspiration behind this pop-up challenge, and how is that important for our creatives as storytellers?
Playwriting isn't just people talking to each other all the time. Though it can feel that way when you're writing it, can feel that way when you're watching it in the theater. There is so much story you can tell with just one character either talking to themselves, a bunch of characters talking to no one character just existing in the space. Like we do as humans, we have moments by ourselves that story can still move forward.
So for my scene, I focused on Riley, and it's kind of a little scene the night before the pageant, and it's about her in her room by herself, listening to some AC/DC, thinking about this whole situation that she's gotten herself into and how she is completely out of her comfort zone. And she puts on her pageant dress for the first time. It's really pretty, but she just like does not like the feel of it. And she's like, I can't do it. This is not for me. But then she like has a moment where she thinks about Barbara, and she realizes how much she really does want to do this and how she would never be able to tell Barbara that she doesn't want to do it. So she kind of like takes a deep breath, sucks it up, and decides she's going to do it.
I think you just nailed the thing on the head.
Being that there's some ghostly work here that sort of lends itself to vocals, I just envisioned somebody would say something really derogatory about Rachel and her wanting to go to school or leave the farm. Then there starts out with a very light scratch on the wall, like a mouse. But then somebody hits the wall and the sound moves to another wall that gets a little louder, and everybody follows that sound, and then pretty soon there's footsteps to another location, and it's sort of a pant tap, and then that keeps going and crescendos into a pounding, and then the windows and the doors start creaking, the knob of the door starts turning, the window opens, and a big gust of wind blows in and starts fluttering pages on a book. And the lights can flash, and, everybody's getting more scared as the situation goes, hiding under the table and reacting as per se. And the mail gets knocked off of a table or a mantle or something, and a college letter lands on the top, and then a knife levitates off the counter and kind of floats across the room, narrowly missing the father, and lands on top of the letter. And then there's another big gust of wind and a very loud, discordant keys being pounded on the piano. And then the window slams shut and you hear music outside.
Those are incredible things. Watch, if you saw that in a theater, you'd be creeped out too. You want to hide under your seat.
That's what I was going for. The goosebump factor. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to unmute there. I didn't know what I was doing here. I basically just had a diary entry. Charlie is a guy who's never been self-reflective, and he's struggling during this whole pandemic. Somebody talks to him and says, hey, why don't you start a diary? So why don't you start writing? It's a quick entry about a day where he's teaching. He could be in a corner reflecting on his thoughts for the day, and could become part of the play, I guess. That was my intent.
I think it's a cool way, as you just said, this character isn't very self-reflective, and because of the circumstances of the play, he's forced to be. So what an interesting thing for him to write a diary entry, which is a self-reflective act. As we see this character grow from never having to be self-reflective to suddenly having all the time in the world, everything in his life is not easy, but it's available for him to look at now because he's at home with his family.
Okay, so
announcement time.
Today, this meeting is going to be the last time that we are together this way, because the next episode, which is our finale, is going to be live. So exciting.
What?
You have been able to pitch your ideas and come up with such amazing content with your stories. You're going to ace it. If anyone's going to ace the live portion of this show, it's you three. So creatives, your work is almost done. You're like this close to finishing the script. Two things for you. First, we have a tiny challenge for you. And that is, we want you to think of a little short introduction for your story. Think of like the inside jacket of a book or a play. Have you heard of the term elevator pitch? If you're in an elevator with someone, you have 60 seconds to explain to them what your story is about and to sell the idea of your story to them. That is your challenge. And you're going to be pitching it live during our next episode to the coaches.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, everyone's like dead silent on the screen. They're like, eh.
I just want to say that I think I can speak for all of the coaches when I say that we are super duper proud of you guys. The creativity that you guys have shown us has been really amazing. We're just really proud of you guys and thankful for sharing your creativity with us. But we wanted to add just one more little element to the live finale that we have coming next.
We wanted to take your fabulous ideas, take them to the spa, give them a special spa day, if you will, give them a little extra TLC, then sort of present it to the audience and give the audience something to really sink their teeth into. So we've asked our wonderful professional performed playwright, Miss Heather, we've asked her to draft an opening scene for each of your shows, which will then be read by actors and presented on the next episode.
So exciting. So as I know, clap for yourselves. Because as Coach Ben and Coach Chris eloquently said, you have given us so much already to work with. We feel like your ideas are ready. Heather is just going to take all of your amazing ideas. She's going to take the baton that you have created and crafted, and she's going to run with it. You are all going to see a scene from your show, the very opening scene, read by live actors, as Chris said, and that's going to give us, the coaches, and our audiences at home just another little a dessert, right? To finish off the dinner that you've already given us, so we can make an educated choice on who is going to be the very first winner of the script.
We're so excited. I'm really sweaty right now because I'm just so excited about everything that I'm hearing and taking in. So,
Thank you, Perrin, for all you've done, and thank you, Heather, in advance.
Well, thank you all. You've all done the hard work.
And thank you for me also. This has been a real fun experience.
Should we do one more group high five before we go to the live episode?
I think we should. Elbows, everybody good? 1, 2, 3, go.